y'all. So we got something cool, something a little bit different than what you've seen on our page before, but dope nonetheless. 2003 Hummer H2. Super dope vehicle. I remember when these came out back when I was in high school, and this was like the truck to have. They just, you know, they just still look monsters. 35-inch tires, bead-lock wheels, bright yellow. Thing just takes up the road. So this is a beautiful example. It's got like 41,000 miles on it. Paint and body look to be in excellent condition, but you know how we do. We can go ahead and start moving around it. Moving down the body again, paint looks phenomenal, nice and bright. I don't see any oxidation, any type of dents or cracks. Sunroof equipped, roof rack still there. Gonna keep on moving down though. Really nothing to point out. All glass is in great shape, no cracks or anything. As you look down the body again, I didn't have any dents or anything I can point out. Let me try to back up to get all this. Still got the spare tire cover, super dope. I'm gonna have to open this up eventually and see if there's actually a tire in there. Bumper looks great though. No dents, no cracks. Obviously it's a steel bumper, so wouldn't expect any issues with it. And spare tire is still in there. Like I said, this thing is in amazing condition. Like I said, I still haven't found any scratches or dents or anything that I can really point out. And you can tell this thing was baby for sure. Front windshield is in excellent condition. We don't have any rock chips or cracks. For those that don't know, that's definitely one of the I'm gonna say weaker points. Might be not super fair to say that, but one of the weaker points of the vehicles. Anytime you got a vertical windshield, these Wranglers, Broncos, they are susceptible to paint rock chips, because you know normally in most cars, rocks hit the front of the car, they bounce up and they kind of move over. When you hitting a flat surface, it increases that pressure that it's hitting with. So surprisingly, this one does not have any though. Give me a second. I'm gonna go ahead and get the hood popped open. Let me see if I hit this button right. Might have to pause you here for a second so I can use two. Sorry about that. So for you guys that haven't done it before, obviously you got the latch in there. And then that's what these handles are for on the hood. It does take two hands. This thing's got some weight. It's not super spring assisted or anything like that. So, but underneath, relatively clean. You know, you got all your normal amenities, power brakes, steering, the AC. It's got a regular truck 6.0. This was kind of one of the only knocks on the vehicle back then, honestly. You know, you got like a, I don't know, 6,000-7,000 pound vehicle, and it's just got a basic truck motor. It's a 6.0. I think it's an LQ4 if I'm not mistaken. Give or take like 3 to 325 horsepower. Most people that are doing LS swaps, that's kind of what they're using. They're using the truck motors because the bottom end is a little bit stronger, can hold a little bit more power. So I think in a perfect world, one of these with an LSA on it would be amazing. But let's go ahead and check out the interior. I'm not gonna open up the back hatch only because you guys see how big this is. I don't have enough room to go ahead and open up this door. So I'll wait and do it later on and after the test drive video when it's on the rack. That way I got room to open it up. I don't feel like moving it right now. So checking out the interior, you guys can kind of see just like old school Tahoes, Yukons in them early 2000s. You got to flip up seats to kind of quote unquote give you that flat load floor. Third row seating, one extra seat back there. Still kind of dope for its time, of course. Headliner solid, no sagging or anything like that. Rear seats look to be in excellent condition. No rips, no tears, nothing like that. A little bit dark in here obviously because the windows are tinted, nice and square, not a lot of light coming in. Here's our passenger door panel. Real what they say Spartan light. Old school mechanical handles. Thing sounds like a tank when you shut the door as well. Front passenger, as always, GM has always been, not always, but for at least the last 20 years that I know, used Bose stereo speakers. That's what that's got as well. Power front seat, super comfortable seat. I've always liked it. No rips or tears. You got your normal wear patterns, but nothing crazy. Dash looks excellent. No discoloration, no cracks or anything. Let me get on over to the driver's side. Again, rear seats great. You ain't got nothing to worry about back here. No rips, no tears, nothing like that. And then as we come up to the drivers, again, driver door looks great. No warping, no discoloration. Driver seat, actually, I'm gonna take a random guess and say this has been replaced because it has no wear patterns down here. Got a little bit on the back, but none down here. So I think this has been replaced. Either way, great condition. Here's the rest of your dash, your gauges. Again, like 41,000 miles. Give me a second, we'll knock out this test drive. All right, y'all, we start test drive on the Hummer H2. Let's go ahead and fire her up. Do not think the sunroof works. Nope. Map light's good. But no, sunroof does not work. Front two windows good. Back two windows do not go down. Lights are on already, automatic. Left turn, right turn. Mileage reads 41,929. No lights on in the dash. AC was on earlier. I'm gonna turn that down. Fan does blow. Let me see. Let's go out these vents. Why is it heated? Did I not turn this down? There we go. Let me turn both of these down. You could tell the blower must be getting ready to go out. Two things. One, I can hear a little bit of squeaking, and I got this turned all the way up, and all right, now it's blowing, but this is blowing hot. I'm gonna turn this down to 60. I got it on AC. I'm gonna give it some time. Other than that, I think we're good. All right, it's cooling down now. I'm gonna just let it keep going though. Maybe it hasn't been on in a while. The mirrors, that's kind of dope. They tilt it down for me as I'm backing up. I know a lot of newer vehicles do that. I keep that on my trucks. It's blowing, but this ain't really cold. I'm gonna be honest, it's just regular. So I'm gonna turn that off. And the radio, it's like an aftermarket radio, and it is in Chinese, I believe. We're gonna turn it on FM. Yeah, this is like some aftermarket radio, and everything is in Chinese. Maybe somebody was playing with it and swapped it to that. Let me see. I don't even know how to possibly swap this. I just wanted to see if something was in there. I'm gonna just turn this down. Obviously there's sound. I can hear the beeping and everything, but I'm be honest with you, it's in Japanese. So this is a consignment vehicle, so I always like to make sure we're honest with that when we're selling these vehicles. You know, consignor decides what condition their vehicle is in when they sell it and what they want to fix on it. It's kind of tough getting up out of here, but definitely crazy to think how many people had these back in the day. And like I said, backup cameras and things like that, they wasn't super you know, it wasn't mandated. They wasn't on all vehicles, so it's definitely wild when you think about it, because I can't see anything. I can only see out the mirrors because it's got that fifth wheel on the back with the cover. So crazy. Definitely takes you back in time for sure. You have to keep your head on a swivel. And I'm probably shoot a little Instagram or something putting these two next to each other. So you see there go the Hummer EV, and then we in the old school H2. We need somebody to pull up with an H1. Nah, we ain't gonna talk about the H3. All right, obviously we on some super aggressive, man, I don't even know if these 35s or 40s. Let's just say they 35s for argument's sake. But these things are mad aggressive, so I can feel every single thing in the road. All the gauges work too. I don't know if we talked about that. Forgot horn works. So yeah, super loud. You can hear a lot of road noise from the tires. Again, with any type of aggressive mud tire, it's gonna do that. Brakes feel is about what you expect. You got to think back in 2003, I think 2003 or 4. These, you know, it's like a $6,000-7,000 truck with, you know, for the most part, regular brakes, same brakes that they was putting on Tahoes and that. So it does its job. It stops, but you ain't gonna have no record-setting stopping distance either. Driving straight though, I mean, she feels like a tank. One of the reasons that, so like I said, I got a Hummer, a new EV. You know, them things almost weigh 10,000 pounds. The best thing about the truck, one of the best things, is how firm and solid it feels. No matter what bumps you hit, no matter what you go over, the truck is always settled. This kind of feels like that too. If it wasn't for, you know, the fact that, you know, it's got them super aggressive mud tires. They don't give you too much control, too much grip on the road, but it feels super solid. Hands off the wheel, she's tracking straight. The wheel is nice and straight. And like, so I feel completely isolated in here. No brake squeal, no wheel, no motor sounds. Don't hear anything crazy, so give it a little bit of throttle. This thing probably, I don't know the exact numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised if 0 to 60 is in like 9 seconds. She ain't gonna move nowhere. But you ain't gonna have too many people jumping in front of you either. So I'm gonna get back and we'll throw her on the rack to check out underneath and go. Got the H2 up on the rack. Underneath looks super clean as expected. Only 40,000 miles, relatively a new car. Bumper's good. No dents or anything. I ain't gonna really get up under here only because, man, this thing just monstrous. Like, you know, I know the rack hold up to like 9,000 and this ain't really near it, but I ain't want to raise it up higher, and I ain't trying to be bent down under here neither. But as you can see, no rust anywhere. Frame looks super solid. Factory coating still intact on the vehicle. Let me get to the front. Super big, super large skid plate. No dents. Obviously it hasn't been off-road or anything like that. Front bumper looks solid, painted, no chip rocks, no chips or anything like that. Coming around, 8 lug bead lock tires, wheels. Man, I used to love these things. Like, I literally got, the reason I got a Hummer, I got a you know, an EV one, but literally the reason I wanted one when I was in high school, I always wanted one of these. I wanted the H3, the SUT joint in that burnt orange. I always thought they were super cool. I know they're not practical, get like 9 miles to the gallon, and they really don't have that much room compared to, you know, like the Yukons and Tahoes and that. But still, I always thought they were super dope. This one is in really, really good condition. With 40,000 miles, it's basically what you expect, but still. If you guys are interested in this Hummer, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe below.